Hello, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars. Um, Having a bad night, and I just want to. Oh God, I'm trying to work out how just by even doing this video, um, it plays into the hands of the minority of people that want to basically bring me down, make me feel crap about myself, make me feel worthless, um, want to use mental health issues as a way of undermining someone's personality, which is pretty cruel. Um, so it's kind of like I don't know where to start really. I want to give you just want to give you a perspective, because obviously I know this video, like I've found a number of videos that I've done, used as a kind of platform to ridicule me and my thought processes, and you know so even it doesn't matter how much positivity I get from people who I think may be helped by the videos that I do, people who I feel who, well, if they tell me they've been inspired by something, or a video that I've done has helped somebody make a decision, it makes me feel really good about myself. Um, but when you then just see people basically laughing at the videos and just basically saying I have mental health issues and that I'm deluded and I'm basically a freak. Um, the whole thing is just weird. I just don't find it really difficult to digest and to rationalize. And you want to reach out to people and talk to them and say, well, how do you come to those conclusions, and what is it that I can do to change to make you see me for the way that I want to be seen. Um, so, like, this week has been such a positive week, and there's been so many. I've got somebody who has just sent me an email who basically, I mean, everything about what they've written, and my name is mud. It's going all over forums. Uh, I mean, and I'm talking really disgraceful gutter, you know, talking about me being gay and uh, all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So clearly the person is unhinged, and I've allowed myself to get drawn into, a ridiculous argument with this person. And at no point would I resort to like verbal abuse, but I will always tell someone if I think they're being rude and obnoxious, and probably doesn't work in my favour. But But I want to put something in perspective, that because I was trying to think, well, what are all the good things that have happened this week, and not even good things. But let me give you an example, or some examples. The one that stands out in my mind right now is I've got a chap who's buying a Loudon guitar, £5,000 S35 with a bevel and a beautiful guitar, incredible, beautiful guitar. And he spent the day in my shop and purchased this guitar. And a week later, he he decided that we fitted a pickup to the guitar, so we fitted a Fishman Matrix. And a week later, he decided that he actually needed a cutaway for the guitar. So I'm dealing with that for him. I don't have to. I could have just said, look, it's an expensive guitar. We've got to sell that guitar, and this is fine because somebody will want that guitar. I will be able to find somebody who wants that guitar with a pickup fitted. So, but it does limit my options because they may not want the same pickup. They may not want one that somebody else has had the pickup fitted to. So there are sort of a number of issues with that. But to me, it's just the right thing to do. Help the guy swap the guitar. So that's one example. Another customer bought a First guitar, Blue Series First guitar at about 800 quid. Wanted a pickup fitting to that one, funny enough. And when he came into the shop to buy it, he fell in love with another guitar, and we had to fit a pickup to that guitar. And And but it was fine. I just dealt with it and did it for him. Um, and something that happened at the weekend, which that's just my dog barking. Um, a really nice story is that a guy who bought an acoustic guitar from me. He was sort of, he's foreign speaking. I think he's Polish. He might be watching the video. So, and he goes to my gym. So hello. I'm, I think he might be Polish. So, but his English language is good enough. It's okay. And, but a little bit broken. So I maybe misunderstood just how little he knew about electric guitars. So he had bought an acoustic guitar from me a few years ago, but that was the only guitar he's ever experienced. So he came into my shop asking for advice. It then transpires he wants to spend a couple of £100, and really I didn't really have anything that I felt was right for him, because I'd come to the conclusion, and I spent quite a long time chatting to him about pickups, humbucker pickups, single coil pickups. I then went online trying to help find him some good examples of guitars that I would recommend a beginner has. And right at the end of all of this, he says to me, "So I can play Metallica on that?" And I said, "No," because it was basically I was looking for a Telecaster and then a Strat style. I won't bore you with the details of why, but I was kind of focusing maybe on a Tele. And so by the end of this convoluted process, I realized that the guitars that I was looking for were completely inappropriate, because after he told me he wanted to play Metallica on it, which I didn't have a clue, realizing, because he was been playing acoustic guitar, I thought he might have more general views of playing electric guitar generally. So I tend to recommend a Strat style or a Tele for various reasons. So I said, look, forget that. You need a certain type of rock guitar, and probably like black one or something. So I started finding stuff on eBay for him to try and find something, because I felt bad that I couldn't help him directly, and I didn't want him to go out there and just, because with the rock guitar genres, it could easily get something that would be wrong for him. And sorry, I'm a bit depressed. I'm just like tired and fed up. This one's not going to go out, I don't think. Oh, that we'll see. So, bottom line is, as he was leaving the shop, I look over my shoulder and I see an Ibanez RG guitar, dirty, dusty, minging sort of condition, because it's been part X, and it was just a cheap bottom end rock guitar, relatively speaking, but absolutely perfect, because I think he wants to spend 100. I think it was 150 quid, not 200. He wants to spend about 150 pounds. So I saw this guitar and realised immediately that would be ideal. So we've got it cleaned up for him. It's set up absolutely beautifully. We've blocked the trem, because it's a Floyd Rose trem, but he's not going to need that. And I blocked it off so that he's got the really good fine tuning. And he's still due to pick it up. He hasn't picked it up yet. But I've set up my effect, because my amp only kind of just sort of bluesy, classic rocky blues. So I've got the effects pedal all set up ready for him, so I can do some Satriani-esque type stuff to show him, and Metallica-y type riffs to show him, which will make a great video actually. Just doing. I might actually get the guitar on the video. I might show you the guitar. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Cheer me up. And because so the bottom line is, I know he's going to be absolutely over the moon, and that had nothing. Well, the entire conversation, I thought I was just helping him, so I spent about an hour of my time going through all these different options, trying to help find him something, just because I want to help people. And then ultimately I managed to find something. Weirdly, managed to work something out. But then, to sell a guitar for 150 quid with that work done in it, there's just nothing in it in terms of financial gain. It's just purely for the love of making this guy happy and finding him a solution. So when I see what I read on these forums, and there is always a group of people that are so freaking vile. And I know I've not helped myself, because I know I retaliate, and I know that I am an easy victim. Like I'm a what do you call it? a target because I retaliate, and they describe me as passive aggressive. You know, like whingy whiny, like I'm doing now. What they don't realise is I'm just depressed. It's not passive aggressive. It's like you're driving me crazy with your negativity and your bitchiness. That is not a passive aggressive. It's like they don't understand that if they're nasty and vile, and someone every single time you go on a forum is there to kick you and do something negative towards you, yet the comments I see is, well, if you don't agree with him, he badmouths you, or you know, to those words to those effects. I've already seen someone on the forum saying that I go around bitching about the exact words were, well, Richard thinks he's bigger and better than Andertons. Where does that come from? Where does Andertons come in? Like, and they've taken that from a video that I've done on the Gap buying group. It's like, what point did I say I'm bigger and better than Andertons? And they describe me as deluded. Well, yeah, you would be freaking deluded if you think you're bigger and better than Andertons. I don't even compare myself to them. I don't even think that we're not even remotely. Hello, pussycat. We're not even remotely similar, are we? We're just completely different businesses. And so for someone to say that, and I just have to read all this stuff, and now this guy who's basically gone off his trolley, is posting stuff all over forums. He says it's going to go everywhere. And anyway, I've got all the thread, and this is a guy that initially posted a really fantastic review on my business. He said how well the guitar was set up and how great it was, and it all boiled down to a little bush thing on his trem arm that he needed. I'm not even going to go into it. But before I knew it, he was bitching about my technician must be blind, that all we care about is money, and I'm telling you, this sort of thing doesn't just, we don't just ignore, I'm sure you know this. Oh, anyway, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm not making sense, and my cat's trying to look. Little kitty. This is kitty. This is my kitty cat who's going to try and cheer me up. She obviously sees I'm upset, so she's trying to make me happy. Oh, anyway. So anyway, yeah, online bitching and hate and whatever. It's all a bit of a bugger, really. So there we go. I probably won't place it. I'll have a watch it back and see if I want to post it, because I want to reach out and. Okay, gotta go. Bye.